In the Gospel, Mark chapter 12, verse 30, Jesus talks about that the one thing that is required of us is that we would love God with all of our heart, all of our mind, and all of our soul. And I'd like to focus for a minute on the word all. That would be what I think is the key word in those verses. That what he's saying that we're called to, what God desires from us, is all of our heart, is all of our mind, all of our being, our attention, our focus, and so often we only give God a sliver. We give him just a little piece of our heart and hope that that's enough. That's the game so many of us play instead of pushing all of our chips to the middle of the table and saying, I'm all in, God. So oftentimes we're very sparing with the way we are in our relationship with God. Sometimes I think it's easier to think about things like this in a relationship that we understand in the context of something that's familiar to us. So, for instance, I think back to, being in high school and, starting to date. And, what would it look like if I was really, smitten by a girl, but I decided that in order to engage in this relationship, in order to win her over, what I was going to do is once a week go to her house and just sit next to her for an hour, not even listen to her, maybe fall asleep, and then at the end of an hour I run out of there. Maybe a couple times a week I recite the same poem to her real quick and fall asleep. I don't think anyone would say, oh, that's a great plan, that's a great way to to win over a girl. It's a great plan for a relationship to really succeed. Yet some of us, that's the way we approach our relationship with God. And another example could be, how you train is how you're going to perform. If you want to be an Olympic athlete, if your football team, wants to win the championship, the way we do that is not by just sitting on the couch and eating Cheetos, and then just showing up on game day. We train ourselves, we train our bodies, and all these things. And so often we're ready to give all when it comes to those things. But when it comes to God, we just give him a little bit. So I want you to consider today, what's the percentage that you give God? If you're talking about your mind, your heart, your day, how much do you give God? Really, any lover is looking for all. When we talk about God, relationship is a two-way street. God is giving all of himself to us, and he definitely deserves all back from us. What are you giving? What could you give today?